to college can be challenging for both kids and parents. So there are some things to note about this season of change. Joining us live now, we have psychotherapist Ellen Sheffield. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ellen.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, so let's chat about this feeling for all parties.
Yeah.
Is this normal?
Yeah, to feel anxiety is very normal for everyone involved because it's a huge adjustment. The whole
Right.
family system is changing with the absence of a certain person. So it's a big shift.
It was funny. I was just reflecting on this with a friend, and I said, remember when your parents dropped you off for college and they just left and you just sat on your bed and you were like, now what?
Yeah, exactly.
It is scary.
It
So
is.
take us through what you can be doing to help your kids through this.
Sure. So one thing is just to remember that they're going from something that's totally familiar to the completely unfamiliar. I mean, it's hard to envision what it's going to be like when they get there. So
Yeah.
they're navigating so much newness, and to have that in mind when you're speaking with them.
Okay.
And there's also this transfer of empowerment. You know, you want, when you're communicating with them, you want to help them solve their own problems. So it might sound like, well, that sounds really hard, and let me help you think through that. Like, what might you do to help yourself in this situation? You don't want to just jump in there and do it for them, because it's also a huge opportunity for growth for everyone, for the parents, and especially for the student.
And for the parents, what if they're thinking, oh, like they're struggling with this in a sense that they don't know what to do, but also they're just sad, right? It's a big deal to have your child go off to college.
Yeah, well, I'm a therapist, so I'm going to tell you to feel it.
Okay, there we go.
Feel your sadness. You know,
Yeah.
kind of lean into it a little bit. Spend some time in solitude.
Right.
Just allow it to come, because it's again, totally normal to feel that.
Yeah.
And you've invested so much of yourself in raising this person, so.
Right.
Yeah, and a job well done. Make sure you congratulate
Yes,
yourself
that
too.
too.
You want
That
them to go
too.
to college, right?
Yes.
So there's
Yeah.
something to celebrate.
Yes. And then you also mentioned there's touch points of support. So what does that mean?
Yeah, so when I'm working with kids that I see, and they might be prone to anxiety, I'm kind of thinking ahead with them about where they might connect in their new community so that they
Okay.
feel more at home. And that can be a coach, a professor, someone in the mailroom, the dining room, wherever, but just that they feel seen and you can help them connect.
Perfect. And I guess the overall message really here, Ellen, is to let go and let grow.
Let grow. Yes.
Okay, and this is something that she's experiencing firsthand. Your
Yes.
daughter just went off to college this past weekend.
Yes, I just delivered her.
Oh,
Yeah.
and how are you feeling?
Well, I mean, all the feels. Yes.
All the feels.
All the feels.
But most importantly, you're letting yourself feel them,
Yes, I am.
which is what it's all about. I
Yeah.
remember that when I first started college, I did call my mom 1,000 times a day, but I still do that. So that's life, everyone. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
joining
very
us
much,
today. You can find these tips and more at kck.com/showme.